because truthfully, I'm telling you, none of these guys is on my level. Like, I knew last night when I was in there with my defense, with my punch placement, with me being able to sit in the pocket, stand there, and make guys miss. Nobody is on my level when it comes to boxing. But my biggest downfall have been my hands. So with that being said, I do want to go ask him and ask other champions like Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford, anybody that, dealt with this, how to get better from it.
He's saying that nobody else is on your level, nobody can outskill you. The fighters that are in your division, give or take a division, are all in need of the kind of challenge to define what you just said. They all would say the same thing. I don't want to make this interview necessarily about other fighters, but it's hard to hear that and then be like, well, okay, which one of your contemporaries have you had an opportunity to prove that against? The name that obviously is going to always come up until that fight happens, no matter how tired we are of saying it or you are of hearing it, is going to be Tank, right? He's a knockout artist. This is what you said last night. And you're a technical fighter. So how do you best a knockout artist if you're a technical fighter and you are conscious that, you have this hand issue, that this guy is going to be a pressure coming after you? Like, I know for a fact you must have thought about this matchup over and over in your head.
I'm going to try to, not go into detail about the fight, but to speak as, the pressure fighter and him knowing, my hand issues, I'm going to, be real with you when it comes down to Tank. Tank is not a real pressure fighter. He's not like a guy that's going to throw a million punches around. He's not a guy that's going to make it that kind of fight. He's a boxer first, boxer puncher. So I don't look at it like I got to worry about the pressure or anything else. Yes, when we do fight, I want to have my hands fully prepared and ready to go. So like I said, I'm going to get on it ASAP and make sure that it's on point and everything is good when we do settle our difference in the ring. But I'm telling you, when it comes to boxing, I am the best fighter in the world. When it comes to being in front of a guy, you got to ask him the question of how is he going to hit me? How is he going to land these punches on me that I done seen him throw a million times? I done watched how many fucking Gervonta Davis fights. I done seen this shit. I done been in the ring with him before. I know who he's watching to get ready for fights. I guarantee you Gervonta is watching Floyd. Guarantee you. That's one of the main guys he's going to sit there and he's going to watch. So, bro, I know a lot of things. Bro, my brain works so differently. I'm not even going to go into too much detail on the fight, but once again, I can't wait for it to happen.
We've seen your promoter hat. We've seen your fighter hat. Now, what about your matchmaking hat and your business side? Because it's got to be frustrating to want to prove the things that you have just said. A lot of people would agree with you. Some people would disagree, but you have to prove it. How do you make these fights happen? How do you get Tank in the ring? How do you get an opportunity to prove this against the other top in your division?
Here's the thing, and a lot of people don't want to hear this, but it's the truth. I'm a man, I believe in a higher power. I believe in God. I don't worry about the things that's not in my control. If it's not in my control, I can't do nothing about it. I done told y'all numerous of times that Tank is the A side. I would love to fight Gervonta Tank Davis. I would love for that fight to happen. I can't do nothing else but that. That's all that I can do. Turkey is the guy. He said he wants to make the fight happen. Tank says he needs 15 Ferraris. I'm just telling y'all what's going on there. If he reaches out to me and says he wants to get the fight, I'm willing to negotiate and see if we can come to an agreement and make that fight happen. But truthfully, I can't worry about nothing outside of my control. I don't know what else that I can do besides let y'all know that I want to fight. I'm not about to just scream and do all that clout chasing shit. I'm not into that. I'm good. I don't need him. I make a lot of money when I fight. I'm good, but I would love for that fight to happen. So it's all on him.
What's your experience been like with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom? A British promoter for the first time. It's got to be a lot of new. What's it like?
I think Eddie the truth. I think a lot of people as in like even with me and even with like any guys that's the best at what they do, it comes with a lot of hate. I think a lot of people hate Eddie just because he's receiving all of these high praise from what he's doing. But truthfully, I think that Eddie is the truth. He's actually one of the first promoters, and I work only with one promoter, but with Tyring, but he's the promoter who's been hands-on with me from start to now. He's been in the gym with me at times. He hits me up regularly. We talk regularly. Eddie's been like right there pushing, and even when this situation happened with Kid Austin, because Eddie and them, I told them that I don't think that this fight was gonna happen. I didn't think that Kid Austin and Schofield was gonna want to get in the ring with somebody like me and just lose, knowing that they was gonna lose. Eddie, precautious, prepared. Even with this Padley guy, a lot of people say, "Oh, he trained this much for the fight." No, come on now, we got to be honest. A guy that's coming in, his last fight he fought at 139. This fight he had to make 135 with 3 days notice. Clearly, this guy's been getting ready. Clearly, this guy has been on notice that he was going to be getting a fight, maybe, if Schofield was going to do what he was going to do. And that's what I think Eddie kind of prepared from listening to what I was saying. And I just think for him to be that far ahead and 10 steps ahead of the situation, you got to give all praises to Eddie. Eddie saved the day. I appreciate Eddie Hearn. Yeah, you can't, I ain't gonna lie, from this situation right here, you can't really get me to say nothing bad about Eddie. I think Eddie is a good guy, and I appreciate him.
I'm going to put one more hat on you, and then I'm going to let you walk out this door. It's your analyst hat. They called this the best fight card in history. Probably the best in your lifetime, but I won't speak for you. Did you get a chance to watch the other fights on the card?
Yeah, I watched. Only fight I didn't get to watch like that was the one that I wanted to see the most, was Madrimov and Virgil Ortiz. But every other fight that I watched was a really good card.
Which one was your favorite or the most entertaining for you? Excuse me.
I like the Zane fight. I like the back and forth. It was like you just didn't know what was going to happen, because it was like, okay, Zane may knock this dude out. But I was telling my grandfather, I'm like, if Zane don't knock this guy out, this guy's going to knock out Zane, because my grandfather got hyped when Zane dropped him. I'm like, Papa, the way this dude is pressing and he's throwing a lot of punches, and you could see that Zane was getting tired, I knew that it was going to come.